everyone? Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you with the most dangerous tribal commanders that no one talks about. Let's jump into it after I remind you that, of course, there's a handy-dandy card list link in the description below. Now let's jump into it. Orah Skyclave Hierophant is an absolute house. My goodness, this is an insanely underrated commander with an insanely underrated tribe, a 3/3 core cleric with lifelink for 4 mana in Orzav. Whenever it and another cleric you control dies, return target cleric card with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard back to the battlefield. Being able to reanimate, just creature after creature after creature after creature, cleric after cleric after cleric after cleric is absolutely insane. Basically going from, oh yeah, one to the next, slightly lower, slightly lower, slightly lower, and then again, and looping them. There are some crazy things that you can do with this. I mean, all you need is any kind of a free sacrifice out like Fanatical Devotion, an amazing card. Enchant for 3 mana, sacrifice creature, regenerate target creature. A great way to protect things, but of course, a great way to freely protect your things and freely sacrifice them. Or actually some clerics that can sacrifice themselves like Doom Necromancer, a 2/2 human cleric mercenary for 3 mana in black. Pay a black mana, tap, sacrifice, bring back target creature card from your graveyard back to the battlefield. A great way to, again, restart that cleric sacrifice process, basically the cycle of getting larger and larger and larger creatures, which get smaller and smaller ones. Or how about Sister Hospitaller, a 3/2 human cleric for 6 mana in Orzav, and when it enters the battlefield, well, you're going to return target creature card right back from your graveyard to the battlefield and gaining life too. So yeah, you can have some infinite loops going on with this one. You could have some crazy effects with this one, an aristocrat style cleric tribal drain your opponents out life gain strategy. You can do some absolutely crazy things with this underrated commander. Next up, the Swarmweaver is so underrated. A 2/3 Scarecrow for 4 mana Ingolgari, but it is not a Scarecrow tribal commander because this one's all about insects. Enters the battlefield to create 2 1/1 black and green insect creature tokens with flying. Oh, and by the way, if you've got 4 more card types on cards in your graveyard, insects and spiders get +1 to have Death Touch. A great way to essentially go, oh yeah, all my creatures have Death Touch very, very, very easily. It is such a powerful effect to gain Death Touch. It is one that can help you on offense and defense. One that can be so problematic for your opponents. I mean, a card like, well, Crawling Sensation is great. You give your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. You're going to be doing that. Getting more cards in your graveyard obviously helps you get Delirium faster, but of course, whenever 1 or more land cards are pretty great from anywhere for the first time, each turn you make a 1/1 insect. A great way to get them in your graveyard. Again, you've got Evolving Wilds type effects. You've got mill effects like this. You even have ones that can sacrifice lands like a Harrow. It's so good. On top of that, of course, there's plenty of other ways to make a lot of insects. I mean, Ant Queen, a great one to pay 2 mana to make a 1/1, which again is basically a 2/2 with Death Touch thanks to this commander. And of course, you can do some really spicy things like Angel's Trumpet, where you're like forcing attacks essentially. Basically, everything has vigilance. We have each player's turn. Tap 1, tap creatures they control that did not attack this turn. 1 damage to each player for each creature tapped this way. Again, forcing opponents into combat, making it so that, well, if you come at me again, I've got a bunch of Death Touch creatures to block. Yeah, you've got a lot of great offensive and defensive capabilities with this one. Again, an underrated tribe and an underrated commander that can dominate the battlefield. Thelon of Havenwood is up next with a crazy cool tribe. 2/2 Elf Druid for 2 mana in green, but it's a Golgari commander. Each fungus gets +1 for each spore counter on it. By the way, by paying 2 mana in Golgari, exiling a fungus card from your graveyard to get a spore counter to each fungus on the battlefield. Yeah, you can do some really crazy things with fungi on this commander. It is such a fun one that has only gotten more and more powerful over the years. Well, because we have a lot of other effects that can help it out. I mean, first of all, just an example for a fungus that's amazing. Spore Sower Thalid is a great example. A 4/4 for 4 mana. Any of your upkeep, put a spore counter on each fungus you control. By removing 3 spore counters from, you make a 1/1 Saproling. A great way to flood the battlefield, and a great way to get a lot of spore counters on your creatures. Again, making them more and more powerful, and of course allowing you to utilize their abilities further. But of course, obviously, Evolution Sage and cards like it. Hey, Proliferation definitely has gotten a lot of support over the years. Whenever a land you control enters, proliferate, a great way to get more and more and more of those counters on your creatures. Of course, Winding Constrictor, other cards like this are great too. One of our counters we put on an artifact or creature control that many, plus 1 of each count of those counters put on that permanent instead. And if you would get 1 or more counters, yeah, you double that too. Anyways, being able to get more and more and more of those spore counters on your creatures makes them more and more and more powerful. And again, you've got so many ways to grow your army and grow your team with this one. An underrated tribe, an underrated commander, one that is so spicy. Darien, King of Kjeldor, is so much fun and so cool. A great soldier tribal commander, a 3/3 human soldier for 6 mana in white. Whenever you're dealt damage, you may create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Being able to turn damage into an army is an insane capability. One that has a lot of different benefits to it. I mean, first of all, again, having a lot of soldiers, of course, can be great with cards like Catapult Masters, a lot of great soldier tribal creature cards. Tap 5 untap soldier control, exile a creature. Basically just, hey, I'm going to sit back, and then all of a sudden, all my creatures, again, my giant soldier army, become removal pieces. And it is a great way to just threaten your opponents. Be like, okay, yeah, hey, you sure you want to attack me, that creature? Because if you do, I'm going to exile that, or your commander, or what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let you keep your best creatures on the board. I've got ways to get more and more soldiers out, and I'm going to utilize them to remove your things. And of course, when it comes to getting more and more soldiers out, you got some easy ways like Nomad Stadium. Hey, it taps for a white, it deals 1 damage shoot. Usually that's a bad thing, but this one it's like, oh no, that's an amazing thing. Ping myself, make soldiers, absolutely incredible. You can also sacrifice if you need to extra gain 4 life if you have Threshold, good for you. That being said, Jade Monolith, a great card as well. Artifact for 4, pay 1. Redirect to yourself all damage done to any creature's source so the damage does not change. It's worded weirdly, basically just redirect damage from creatures to yourself, so being able to go, hey, prevent that damage, and all of a sudden, I take it instead. Yeah, you're basically using this to pay 1 mana and just all of a sudden gain an army. Just 1 mana, 1 creature. 1 mana, 1 creature. You can just redirect so much damage. You can protect your creatures as well with this. It's such a fun card. And again, such a weird commander that can make an army so large that your opponents will be overwhelmed, and also utilize all the amazing soldier tribal effects that you, well, should know about with this one. Hamza, Guardian of Arashin, is such an amazing commander and one that is crazy good with Hydras. A 5/5 Elephant Warrior for 6 mana in Selesnya, but it's going to cost 1 less cast for each creature control they counter on it. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less cast for each creature control they counter on it. Now this is one that, again, there's those low-to-the-ground Hydras that kind of build over time that can already get counters on them and help reduce this cost and other costs as well. But of course, once you're set up properly, my goodness, the cost reduction is insane. Basically, the more Hydras in play, the easier it is to get out bigger and bigger and bigger Hydras. I mean, ones that are, well, I mean, cards like Lifeblood Hydra can give you so much extra value even when they're not on the battlefield. A 0/0 Trampling Hydra for X green. X counters on it when it comes into play, you know, the Hydra thing. When it dies, you gain life and draw cards equal to its power. Yeah, an insane effect that says, hey, you know what? Whether you're on the battlefield or whether you're dying, you are benefiting me. I am able to get so much extra value out of you and then cast even more Hydras. Or again, like a utility Hydra like, well, Steelbane. A 0/0 Turtle Hydra for X green. Enters the X counters on it by paying 3 mana, remove a counter from it, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Again, one that can be flexible, one that can help you out in a lot of situations and scenarios, and one that can have a lot of counters on it because, again, of that cost reduction. Basically, again, a commander that just thrives with a Hydra tribal build. One that says, oh yeah, you can think you have the biggest creatures on the board, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh yeah, bigger Hydra, and just dominating the battlefield here, there, and everywhere. Iname Death Aspect is so good. Such an amazing Spirit Tribal commander that is so underrated. A 4/4 Spirit for 6 mana in black. When it enters the battlefield, you may search for life for any number of Spirit cards, put them in your graveyard. If you do, shuffle your library. Basically a mass entomb effect, which is insanely powerful. And players underrate this, like, oh yeah, just spirits, whatever. There are so many good spirits out there, and this is a great way to set yourself up for a massive play. Again, a card like Twilight's Call can just be a, hey, oh, by the way, we're getting out all the creatures out of the graveyards. Oh, and by the way, I've got every single creature in my graveyard. So it is just a reanimate every single creature out of your deck, basically, into play. 6 mana, hey, everyone gets their creatures back, or you can flash it in for 2 more mana. But yeah, I'm taking the most advantage of this because, again, I got 30 plus spirits in my graveyard to get right out and probably just win right away with that. Midnight Banshee, again, creatures like this are underrated, are just like, oh yeah, hey, that's a cute card, but when you can get it out for free and get it out every time, it's absolutely crazy. A 5/5 with Wither, give your upkeep with a -1 counter each non-black creature. Yeah, it's a great way to just decimate your opponent's armies again and again and again. Speaking of which, Kuropet Lord, a 9/9 Demon Spirit for 9 mana, but again, if you're reanimating it, you're not paying anything. Beginning of your upkeep, you sacrifice, you pay black. Even if you do have to do that, that's fine, because it's going to do the damage that it needs to do right away. Pay 1 life, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. You've got a lot of great ways to gain a ton of life, and a lot of great ways to life swap if you need to. But of course, just utilize this as a, oh yeah, get rid of the creatures I need to on the board, whatever I need to do, or just be a massive threat if I can keep it in play. It is such an amazing commander, such a unique commander, and such a fun commander, and one that can absolutely dominate with a spirit deck. And of course, if you want to throw in, like, Gary in there as well, and just, entombment your graveyard separately, and then reanimate all your things at once, including Gary, and then you just win, yeah, there's a way to go with that too. Tawnos, the Toymaker, is such a good commander, and such a good bird tribal commander. A 3/5 Human Artificer for 5 mana in Simic. Whenever you cast a beast or bird creature spell, you may copy it, except the copy is an artifact of other types. Yeah, being able to make copy tokens of your birds is crazy good. Again, birds are inherently invasive for the most part. And being able to just make extra copies of them and getting extra value, extra ETBs they might have, extra triggers they might have. And of course, taking advantage of the fact that they are, well, tokens. You can populate them. Take advantage of the fact that they're artifacts as well. You can do some crazy things. Even at least, though, you're like, hey, okay, a second Warden of Evos Isle is super good. A 2/2 Flying Bird Wizard for 3 mana. Creature spells to be flying, you cast costs 1 to cast. You get a second one in play. All of a sudden, all your flyers cost 2 less to cast. You're going to be casting spell for spell after spell while doubling up on all those birds. I mean, Curiosity Crafter is insanely good with this commander. A 3/3 Flying Bird Wizard for 4 mana, no maximum hand size. Oh, by the way, creature token you control deals common to each player, draw a card. Again, you've got evasive bird creature tokens. Now you're going to be swinging with a lot of them, and now drawing not just 1, but 2 cards for each one hitting, because you've got 2 Curiosity Crafters in play. Again, the potential of this one is insane. Evasive, doubly large army that is so good. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Myrkul, Lord of Bones, is such a powerful commander, such a powerhouse commander, and one that is underrated as a sliver commander. A 7/5 Gone for 7 mana in Abzan. As long as your life total is less than or equal to half your starting life total, it's indestructible, so it can be really hard to deal with. Oh, and by the way, another non-token creature control dies. You may exile it. If you do, create a token's copy of that card. Except to enchant, lose other card types. Yeah, being able to go, okay, hey, I've got slivers, which again are basically lords to themselves. All of them are lords. They all pump all of your slivers. And all of a sudden, if any of them get taken out, oh, you just get basically a token copy of them that's an enchantment and harder to deal with. So yeah, your lord effects now just become world enchantments, basically, that help you out all throughout the game. Gemhide Sliver as an example, a 1/1 sliver for 2 mana. All slivers can tap for mana. Oh my goodness, having this as an enchantment. Yeah, there's a very famous enchantment out there that costs the exact same amount, essentially. And being able to say, oh yeah, my creature died. Oh no, now it's just that really amazing enchantment that now can just give me so much value. Sentinel Sliver, giving all your slivers vigilance. And basically there's a sliver for every single thing out there, especially a lot of great Anthem slivers as well. Gigantic Sliver, sliver creature control +3/+3. A lot of great slivers out there that, again, your opponents might be like, okay, I can deal with it. I've dealt with it. But essentially, if they do deal with it, now all of a sudden, it's just sticking around as an enchantment, and it's just staying there to, well, dominate opponents. Such an underrated slivers commander. Myrkul, Lord of Bones, is such a unique and fun one. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Okay, I'm kind of going in 2 directions with this one, so bear with me. Get it? Anyways, a 5/5 bear. We've got Duskana, the Rage Mother, for 5 mana, and Naya. Enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature control, base power toughness 2/2. Creature control, base power toughness 2/2 attacks. It gets +3/+3 until end of turn. So yes, Bears is an amazing tribe with this one. But outside of that, considering it as a tribal commander for just 2/2s is an incredible direction. Utilizing, again, 2/2 tribal, you can do so many cool things. Of course, with this ETB not having a cast trigger requirement, being able to go, oh, I blink you? Okay, I get that trigger again. Drawing an insane amount of cards every single time you do so, and then getting some amazing 2/2s in play that can dominate the game, because when they attack, all of a sudden they become 5/5s. Of course, there are great bears that can help you out. Kudo King among bears, a 2/2 bear that makes everything into a bear. Other creatures, including your opponents, are now 2/2s that are bears, so all of a sudden, everyone has equal power and toughness creatures, and you are like, oh wait, but when I attack, my creatures are larger, so bye-bye. Also, Goblin and Archomancer, cards like this that, again, you just might forget that they're like a 2/2, are insane in this stack. You can just pick and choose your best 2/2s out there, utilize them, a 2/2 that says each spell you cast that's red or green costs 1 less to cast, be able to get extra cost reduction from a creature that now provides card advantage and provides, again, a good attack as well, thanks to our commander. Yeah, Duskana is an insane commander that, yes, is great with bears, but of course is absolutely amazing with a 2/2 tribal build. Raggadragga Goreguts, boss, is such a spicy commander and one that is insanely good with elves, very underrated as an elf commander, a 4/4 human boar, for 4 mana and Gruul. Some players out there are like, oh wait, the commander has to be part of the tribe. No. Raggadragga does not have to be an elf to be an amazing elf tribal commander. Each creature control they mana ability gets +2/+2. How many elves have mana abilities? An insane amount. All of a sudden, an automatic anthem for all those. Great. Oh, by the way, hey, creature you control, they mana ability attacks, untap it, so you get to be aggressive with those creatures as well. Basically, a pseudo vigilance. And whenever you cast a spell, at least 7 mana spent to cast it, you untap that creature, and all of a sudden, or sorry, I say target creature, +7/+7 and trample on turn. Yeah, you can do absolutely insane things. There are a lot of elves out there that can easily tap for an insane amount of mana on their own. I mean, first of all, Priest of Titania, hey, tap for a green for each elf on the battlefield. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy good. Of course, there's also elves out there that can tap based off of their power as well, but yeah, you got a lot of those. Then, of course, you can utilize massive spells like Genesis Wave, which are variable. You've got X in the cost. Really top X cards you put any of your permanent cards of mana value X less from among them on the battlefield. But all cards feel this way that we're on the battlefield in your graveyard. It's an amazing card that can go, okay, dump a ton of mana into me, get a lot more things out, including more and more elves that can tap for even more mana. And then all of a sudden, your commander just goes hyper aggressive, hyper quick, getting you so much mana, helping you be so aggressive, helping pump creatures to oblivion. You can dominate your opponents in absolutely no time with an amazing elf build around Raggadragga. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all their support.